The wind whips past as the airship soars back towards the domain of the Sea Princes. You're not exactly sure how the wind is whipping past, with the friction shield protecting the majority of the airship, but, there it is. Perhaps there's just secretly a massive invisible fan at the front of the ship, blowing wind back to make it seem like you're going, at a reasonable pace, when in reality you're going at like 90 miles an hour. But regardless, you're going fast. And as you approach, you soar over Tolplan Island with ease. Oz Island is nearby. And then, based on the ancient map you found, Captain Sorok orders the ship to dive. And as the ship goes down, it slams into the ocean, the field protecting it from the water as it shoots down, down, down into the depths. And as the water flushes over the entire group and their massive airship, I must welcome you one and all to tonight's episode of Seas of Saltmarsh. My name is Hawk Johansson, aka Sexiest Dragon Alive 2019. And joining us today, we have Bean.
Yo.
We also have Shun,
Howdy.
Dingo,
Hello.
Shinzo, and Ryan.
Hi.
And unfortunately, Quinn will not be joining us tonight because he was too tired after dealing with a lot of family issues. So we are going to be going on this adventure while he minds the ship. So, as the party soars down, Shun, waifu collector extraordinaire, is going to have to remind me what the merfolk he kidnapped's name is.
Zephyriel.
Zephyriel points in a direction as the ship slows, hovering just above the seafloor. Fish of all shape and colors are swimming around you, looking somewhat panicked by this new, strange, glowy field that has suddenly materialized in their home domain. They seem quite perturbed. But the fish aren't the only thing down here. You can also see, a couple of sharks swimming lazily by. You see, like, large mollusks crawling along the sea floor, which is rocky and with lots of stones jutting up from it. Off in the distance, you see massive coral reefs rising up like a canyon wall. And as Zephyriel points, over there, it's in that direction. You glance over to see a faint glow far off in the distance. And as the ship turns and starts in that direction, eventually you see what's making that glow. A massive underwater city, comprised entirely of living coral, with bioluminescent orbs floating all around, just sits there. As the party approaches, the ship starts slowing down, and you see a large number of what look like massive seahorses swimming out towards the vessel. A few moments later, they've come to a stop. Huge mer horses, a hippocampi to be precise, with merfolk holding onto them with reins that seem to be made of kelp, spears in their hands, tridents to be precise. As they look the ship over, one of them swims up to the field. Who are you? How did you come to be here? How did you get a boat down here?
Well, you see, what had happened was, um, uh, so I'm drawing a blank here.
You see, we are just so awesome. We can do anything.
He doesn't seem relieved by that statement and kind of eyes Shinzo skeptically. So awesome, you say?
Yes, every single one of us is just too awesome. Believe it, it's easier on your brain.
He seems a little taken aback by that.
Look, I'll be to the point. We're here to find information to kill. What was it again? Oh, yes, the Leviathan.
You, you want, you want to kill the Leviathan?
Yes, I'm not joking.
He and the other merfolk there kind of look at each other skeptically, and then look back to you. You can't be serious. Leviathan is unkillable.
And ships don't sail underwater. Yet here we are.
He looks like he wants to make a comeback to that, but can't actually think of one.
Look, I've heard that deep in your libraries there has been records that someone has taken research on the Leviathan themselves.
He doesn't correct you. Wait here. We will converse with our superiors about your request. He swims away, though the rest of his retinue stay, aiming their tridents at the ship, though both the party and these merfolk warriors seem to recognize that their things aren't really going to do jack shit against a airship. Zephyriel, at this point, is kind of like leaning back in the tub that she requested y'all put out for her, filled with fresh salt water, of course, and is reading one of Bookworm's journals. Well, shouldn't be long now.
How long do these processes take for a decision?
Normally it takes a while, but
A while, as in.
a couple of days. But considering the extreme circumstances, I don't think it's going to take that long.
Do you think that they recognize you?
No,
Uh, hmm. Well, as far as Hellica, what's everybody else doing right now? I guess we're all just waiting for them to come back, I suppose.
Yeah. You're welcome to ask the merfolk there whatever you want. They're listening.
Hmm. Uh, hmm. You don't get much ships traveling through this part of the ocean, do you?
They look at each other, then back to Hellica. Not like this.
Ah, well, in terms of the Leviathan, there are two other creatures roaming the sea. Have these great kaiju beasts come into contact with one another before? Or are
They
they all separate?
they shake their heads.
Hmm, interesting. And in terms of the surface world, you don't have any want to see what's above and send adventurers. I'm sure there are some of your kind who get that spark for it, right?
They look pointedly at Zephyriel.
Yes, she's here because I took her out of her lake in Saltmarsh, and she has vowed to help. But it doesn't seem like she wants to be an adventurer like that. Just, just here. Hmm. So Hellica begins to can she see through and pass the shield right like clearly?
Oh yeah. The shield itself is kind of a glimmering force field, but it is completely transparent. It's easy to
Hmm.
see past it.
Hmm. Okay. So in terms of how deep we are, uh, can we see the surface or is just
Mm-mm.
no?
No.
Oh,
I mean, you can barely see around the balloon that holds your ship afloat.
I see. I see. Hmm. Well, if your people do grant us access, would you be open to trading?
Oh, certainly. It's difficult to imagine how we would trade, but I can't imagine the Queen would be uninterested.
The Queen.
I shouldn't have said Queen, should I?
Tell me about this Queen. Where's the king? Where's that one around?
You know what? I'm gonna flip a fucking coin. One, the king is dead and the queen is a widow. Two, the king is just out doing something. The king is not around right now because he's off discussing politics with a fellow kingdom.
Trance.
The queen is not
Oh, what
available,
kingdom?
yo.
Damn it.
Oh well. Maybe
Maybe.
next time, dear.
It was a good try.
Elika, she just scratches her head and takes that information with a reluctant smile. Well, where are your emissaries back? It's been a minute.
They'll be here soon enough.
Hmm, soon enough. You haven't had anyone to try to come and invade your kingdom. I've seen the siren that haunts the shores.
The siren doesn't bother us because of our ritual.
Ritual of
Every Once a year, we have to gather 50 merfolk and sacrifice them to the Leviathan. He says this kind of looking away, as if ashamed of it.
Hellica just looks stupefied. She doesn't even know what to say. Wow. So, so us being here is, it's a good thing because we're going to dispatch of this Leviathan with your help.
Countless
And
heroes have tried and failed to slay the giant beast.
how many have survived? None?
None.
Ah, well, you're looking at the survivors of that Leviathan attack.
This actually catches their attention. You survived the Leviathan's strike?
And wounded it. Well, our captain wounded it in the eye.
That's... That's impossible. Nothing can pierce its hide.
Oh, don't have a bacana moment now. Actually, we encountered it going towards the island of Oz, and it was very terrifying, of course. The siren, such a beautiful yet cruel sound she could make, but it didn't stop us. Our ship got destroyed, sadly, and we have this new one here you see now. Um, I can say that it seemed to be playing with us as if the only thing I can equate it to would be a cat playing with its meal, but we angered it enough for it to go the other way. So I think if we can just team up and somehow pull together our resources, we can bring this thing down and have Leviathan stew.
You... You really think you can slay it? That's... That's inconceivable.
Hmm. Yes, it's a foolish thing to go against that. But honestly, Shinzo here was able to make that thing get even more frustrated. We were going to try something crazier against it, but like I said, we it proved no match for us except our ship. But that's another story. The siren was, we learned that it was supposed to nullify magic, but my wife here was able to still use her magic after her singing, so that happened, and we're still here. Unfortunately, we don't have any physical proof,
At this
but
point, at this point, the original merfolk warrior rides back up. He looks visibly disturbed. The They are to be allowed in and offered fins.
fins.
The others look back at him in shock. Fins? What? Are you serious? Fins?
Hmm.
You heard me. We're to let them pass and give them fins.
Hmm.
Apparently, the High Chronicler wishes to speak with them.
Hmm. Bring us to this chronicler of the high.
The merfolk just nods, still looking quite disturbed by whoever this chronicler is and what they want with you. But they lead the party and your ship over to the city itself. Once you're there, it takes them a few minutes, but eventually they bring you, well, fins. Not just like, animal fins or whatever, but like actual like silvery fins built to fit over your ankles, elbows, and neck, like an equipment harness designed to go over your full body.
Can we keep these?
We'll need you to return them, provided the queen does not give them as gifts.
Okay, I'll have to work my devilish charm on her. Okay, well, take us to this chronicler and we shall commence with the planning.
They look at each other nervously as you are all given these fins, these harnesses. As you put them on, you feel some sort of magic affecting your neck and your lungs. As after a moment, you feel gills sprout open right above your clavicles.
Oh, that's weird. Oh,
No.
well, this is. If I was to tell them back home about this story, they called me a catfish.
Nice.
Bean, draw Hellica as a catfish. Go.
So do we? So can we just like bloop in the water?
Yeah. As you just dive out of the shield, you pass through it and bloop your way into the water, finding that the fins are remarkably useful, allowing you to swim with amazing proficiency. Plus, I mean, they're fin. You have gills now.
Hmm. Wow. Can we talk in the water?
Yep.
Y'all just see Shinzo swimming around as fast as he possibly can, just all over the place. I am fisherman again!
At last, the dream has been fulfilled.
Elika just watches and smiles at it. She's having some time to adjust to this stuff. But after a while, her body gets used to this, and she keeps Zafriel near.
Yep. Zafrael stays by as the six of you head out. Sorok opting to stay behind because his character's not here. I mean, someone has to watch the ship.
Yes, it might be a trap. We should have a party member on the ship just in case.
Yeah, that's a wise decision, young warrior. Hmm.
Yeah, these pigeons just keep getting older and older.
Who are you calling old, fuck boy? Any slut. As the party heads inside, you would find yourselves like swimming into large ornate halls, huge like naturally grown and pruned coral hallways, vast and like tall. Along the walls you can see where the coral has been pruned and grown into shelves of like the the round shells, and you can see like bioluminescent orbs sitting on them, gleaming in the dimness. You can see countless other, fish just swimming around as happy as can be. All sorts of merfolk are swimming in between, ranging from simple, like you would imagine, commoner merfolk, who are just fishmen and fishwomen barely wearing anything except like a few leather straps here and there, to the more ornate, noble merfolk wearing very very ornate robes and shining shells and sigils. All of them stare. Just some of them even stopping dead in their tracks to watch as this menagerie of surface dwellers swims past, mostly clumsily.
Oh, I'm just riding on Bigglesby.
I figured.
Hmm.
As you all pass by, eventually you come to a large doorway that is closed. Instead of a door, it is just a lot of coral vines and branches intertwining with each other. The merfolk guard who has led you here raises his voice. High Chronicler, we have brought the surface dwellers that you wish to speak with. A moment later, the branches and vines unweave from each other and open, revealing an underwater library.
Well, I do declare. Beautiful.
As you enter, you find a glorious library awaiting you. Instead of books, like countless books, what you find is a vast trove of what looks like long scrolls of kelp with luminescent writing written on them, just hanging.
Hmm.
The figure in question, the High Chronicler, approaches, looking at the party curiously. As she swims up and comes to a stop before the party, her tail flares out into 8 blue tentacles that slowly rest on the floor as she leans in and examines the party. The rest of her body is old and frail. Well, this is certainly interesting, isn't it?
Judging by what I'm seeing in front of me, quite.
Oh, stop it, you. I'm too old for those wily old tricks.
Oh, I shall save that. But, it is a pleasure to meet you, old chronicler. She bows.
The High Chronicler gives a slight bow back. And your friends are?
You all want to introduce yourselves, or shall I? I guess I shall then. Shinzo, the strong, Amo and Bigglesby the baby, my wife, Chantel.
Okay,
Me, Hellica.
wait. Which one of us is the baby there?
You both are.
You know, despite the appearances, I am very much older than you.
You're the oldest in the party. I remember having this discussion last night.
Well, no,
Fittingly
because
speaking.
Chantel, technically speaking.
Oh, oh, my mind.
And I am Ikarath.
In Ikarath, the CEO of the Snake Men Incorporated in Saltmarsh.
She raises a brow at that. A Yuan-ti down here? And here I thought your kind didn't care for the ocean.
Well, sometimes you have to take a little bit of a trip out of the comfort zone.
That you do. That you do. Still, I am curious as to why a bunch of surface dwellers have come down here, especially in such a bizarre manner.
We are severely desperate for help and any information we could glean on how to take out the Leviathan.
Her brow furrows. as she examines Hellica closely.
Hellica smiles. We survived the encounter. Sadly, no battle scars or proof, but you'll have to take our word that we saw the Leviathan, which we can describe in great detail, and its accomplice, which was a harpy. Was it Siren?
Amanita is no harpy.
Amanita.
Siren is what she meant.
I corrected myself. But Siren, yes.
Amanita is a siren, one of the oldest sirens, as a matter of fact.
Really? She looked quite,
Well, when you've been blessed by infernal powers, that tends to happen.
Ah. So, now that you know that we have survived and we've made the trip down here, what is there anything that you could possibly tell us about this Leviathan and how we could placate it?
Oh, I could tell you many things. The question is, should I tell you anything?
Do you, why not? I mean, you're sacrificing 50 of your own people every year. I mean, how often do mermaids or merfolk reproduce?
Enough to sustain it and grow. But beyond that, we also share in Amanita's protection.
Amanita's protection?
Yes. And the next
Explain.
question you're going to say is protection from what?
How did... She looks back at... How did she... Yes, that. How... Damn my brain. Yes, but explain. They're right. But explain.
Do you understand the nature of the domain of the Sea Princes?
No.
Well, I thought not. The domain of the Sea Princes is both blessed and cursed.
Blurst.
Blessed, if you will. Ancient powers live here. But ancient powers also curse it. There are many things that exist within this domain that seek only to destroy and obliterate. It just so happens that via our sacrifices, we have befriended one of these powers.
Oh.
I would be remiss to remove the protection of that power without good reason. AKA, why should I tell you of ways to kill Amanita when they are one of the only reasons we are still alive?
But do you not know what's going on the surface? There are ships being sunken all the time. It's impossible for any trade to come through this place.
And
So,
the pollution that comes with it, All those broken ships ruining your beautiful oceans.
ruining. Have you looked around?
Yes.
She gestures to the party and swims up to a large window. As the party follows, she points out the window to a large coral structure. And here I need y'all to actually make perception checks, please. Icarus doesn't say shit.
This is a pretty cool place.
Karath's like, hey, look at that. That's a cool boat.
Look at that. There's water.
Wow, a fish.
The
Holy
ocean.
shit.
The
All right.
water's truly amazing.
Hellica would see it. To most everyone else, it just looks like... Huh. Alright, Amo would see it as well. To most of the party, it would just look like... looks like a place. Just another big coral construct thing. But as Amo and Hellica study it for a moment, they realize what it is. A sunken ship that has been overgrown with coral is now the home to countless fish, as well as numerous merfolk that are swimming in and out of it.
Ah, that is quite a sight. So, it's actually you're taking what's coming down here and making something out of it and shaping it to benefit your society. Hmm.
Oh, what is that old human saying? A one man's trash is another man's dinner.
Treasure, yes.
Oh,
Close
Um,
enough.
um, you see, I had it in my mind that the Leviathan were terrorizing your community. Say you stop and you don't have enough sacrifice. Would that mean that your whole people here are going to get wiped out? If you are one short.
considering our community is a few dozen thousand strong, I don't see that happening. But if we did hit that situation, we do have a fallback plan.
Hmm.
And that is?
She glares pointedly at the party. Those
Exactly.
sacrifices don't necessarily have to be alive.
I think I get what you're getting at. But you see, even in my undead state, I'm a fan of life. I just think that it's not fair for those who want to go from island to island. This place is gorgeous, but seeing that Leviathan out there and encountering it and being having our ship destroyed, it made me really think about everything and my choices up to now. I really, what harm would it be to remove the Leviathan? If we can kill it, would it hurt you to not have it there?
You're viewing this from the wrong point of view.
Okay.
As in, the discussion shouldn't be about you.
Me? I
The
didn't.
discussion should be about what happens if the Leviathan is removed, period.
Yes, that's what I was. Yes.
To
You would
them, not to us on top. The Leviathan offers them protection at costs that they can easily afford even in the most dire circumstances. We're offering to remove that protection for our benefit. How does it benefit them?
And they don't have to sacrifice any more mother.
But that's not an issue. They can easily afford those sacrifices. And with, what was it, 1,000? That's at least 100 years before they even even run into the issue, not accounting for population growth. And what, 50 families are mad? Small price to pay to save everyone.
So do we just leave the beastie alone and we go around, we skirt around to find the other pieces then?
Well, that's what I would think. I mean, with our current ship, we don't really have to engage with it until like we go down to an island, and by then we're already on the island. As much as I feel like we should, out of the sake of responsibility.
But responsibility to who?
To the dead.
So your quest is one of vengeance?
In regards to Leviathan specifically, yes. But our overall quest has to do with some sea prince nonsense. No, the captain who actually knows about all that is on the ship.
It seems strange that a captain who knows about your quest would have remained behind on his ship.
He wanted to safeguard it.
Well, I'm sure.
I
All
see.
right. So should we just like come out and tell him our quest here, or do we still want to do all this cloak and dagger stuff?
Let's just put it all on the table.
Okay, cool. Our captain's a sea prince. We're collecting the pieces of 8 so he can become the sea king, and Leviathan's a pain in the ass in the process.
She nods.
Oh, can
And?
you?
I was just informing you about the mission. You seemed real interested in it.
I already knew about your mission.
Okay, cool.
um, well, how about this? You're in contact with the Siren, right? In some form.
I know her, but
Could you?
I don't have contact with her.
How will we go about? Because every time, well, we only encounter it one time. We should hold an audience. At least we can try to, if they're willing to talk. I'm not sure how compliant they are with wanting to speak things over, but
I
if they're
I guarantee you the only time Amanita or the Leviathan would be interested in speaking with you is if you're offering yourself to them as a meal.
I don't think they want to eat me, but I mean,
You'd be surprised. They've eaten worse.
but you should, okay. Um, so then what do you do with the people? Do you just leave them out there and then the Leviathan come and swoop them up, or do you talk to her or anything? Maybe the
that
queen.
that first one is precisely what we do.
So you don't even.
We leave them out there for the Leviathan to come and devour.
Are there any other sirens that we could talk to that don't have crackhead energy?
Okay. Um the she briefly tilts her head at the wording,
It's a
but
surface dweller.
shakes her head.
No? Darn it.
Most sirens are merely animals. Amanita is one of the few who has sapience.
But she doesn't want to talk to us.
Would you mind giving us some information on the other creatures of this area so we might avoid them?
Of this area?
Of the sea princes, the other two great beasties.
Now, here's someone asking the right questions. She smiles as she swims over to a large scroll and pulls it down, revealing a picture of 3 huge beasts. One, a massive shark whale thing that you recognize as the Leviathan. The other, a massive serpentine creature coiled and wound around itself with 2 huge fin-like wings. And the third, a massive squid with multiple heads emerging from the top of its body. There are 3 great beasts. The Leviathan, the massive titan bound to Amanita, the accursed Siren. The hell-kraken Malkothzai, bringer of fire and pain. And the great sea dragon, Zelumach. He also has terrible legends written about him. You know how it is.
Right, right. Are there any warning signs we should know of? Something that would tell us of their approach?
Well, fortunately, Malkothzai is asleep, and has been for the past 2,000 years, give or take.
Hmm.
So, not much to worry about there. Zelumach is awake, but he tends to stick around, which one is it? He tends to stick around Labyrinthi. So, he doesn't really come out from there often. At
Labyrinth.
least, yes.
Could you put that on a map for us?
And she does. And I should probably do that myself. This island over here is Labyrinthi.
You see. So if we avoid that island, we'll avoid that guy at least. Other than that, it's just the Leviathan kicking around.
Indeed.
While we were waiting, we heard that your king was out discussing politics with other nations. I'm
Yes.
assuming it's either the Tritons or the oh, I forget who they were.
The Tritons, yes.
What could you tell us about the Tritons?
What do you want to know about them?
You know, how receptive they are to visitors. You know, just we're hoping to set up some trade eventually. Maybe.
Oh, as far as I'm aware, the Tritons are quite amicable. It's just a matter of respecting their customs, and they'll respect you.
Are there any customs we should be aware of?
Oh, plenty. But it would take a couple of days to explain most of their trading customs. You would be far better suited finding someone who already knows them and hiring them to do it for you.
Hmm. And do they have any sort of protection from one of the great beasts, like you do?
Oh, the Tritons are far more warmongery, shall we say, than we are. Their protection from the great beasts of the deep is if the beasts come close, they'll start stabbing it with sticks until they leave.
I see, and that works.
As far as we can tell. They
Hmm.
live close to Labyrinthi, so the Leviathan doesn't go near them, and Malkothzi is asleep, as mentioned earlier. So the other beasts of the deep just don't go near them.
I see. So to the north, let me actually check the map, make sure it is. Yeah, to the north of this area, there's a large island. Do you know what's on there?
Oh yes, that is Dalla Mesa.
Dalabesa.
Dalla Mesa.
Dalamesa.
Yes, Dalla Mesa. It is a very large island. There's 3 surface-dwelling civilizations that live on it, I believe.
Three's all over the place here. Do you know anything about them?
Not particularly.
Well,
I know one is human, one is, I think, orcish, and the other is kobolds.
okay. Well, I honestly can't think of much else to ask you. Anybody else got anything?
Not really. My questions were stupid.
No. But I still think a little bit, maybe a bit personally, with the thing with the Leviathan. And it seemed like one of your own people quite don't like the taste of sacrificing their own to do such thing.
Oh.
Yes, one of the guards looking all regrettable about that sort of decision. I'm not going to mention who, but have you ever considered that train of thought?
That many people don't like sacrificing their people? Yes, many have. But unfortunately, we have no way to deal with the Leviathan. None of our heroes are strong enough. The only one who came close, ages ago, was our Sea Prince.
Your sea prince.
Indeed. The Sea Prince of the Sea Elves, Varatha Aurliathi. He was a beast, brave warrior, a hero, a very, very manly man.
Are you tired of ones ruining your fun? Come listen to ones ruin someone else's game.
I want to pet the kitty.
Roll to pet the cat.
I rolled a 1? Oh. Really? Again?
We even have a trained opera singer.
My little buttercup got the sweetest smile.
Guys? Maybe I should be the bard?
But you wanted to be the fighter.
And sound design that puts you right in the action. Comedy of Terrors. Comedy D&D in an hour. Ish.
Anything else? That's quite the description for nearly anyone around here. And she looks at the party.
He was also my husband, if that matters.
Oh. Well, don't you care that... Wait, don't tell me he was felled by the Leviathan himself, was he?
No. He died to the nameless heroes ages ago.
Ah. So nothing else. And she looks through all the bits of kelp that has all the recordings and information, trying to find something interesting about this place. Do you have anything valuable?
She narrows her eyes at that question. Why do you ask?
Oh, just a simple gift.
I have a few valuables. But again, why do you care?
I guess I have assets and reasons to be interested in business making, you see. And trade would be very good here, maybe.
I won't deny that.
But Chantal looks at the rest of the party. Do you think we should be carrying on, or what else do you think would be good here?
Well, I'm now questioning why she would support her husband in his crusade against it, and yet now questions the usefulness of it. Seems a bit counterintuitive.
You what? Questioning what? Questioning the crusade against the Leviathan?
Questioning why you seem to have been for it, marrying the sea prince who was doing it, and yet you're so reluctant to help us.
Oh, I never said I was reluctant to help you. I just wanted you to think about what you were doing before you did it. That's what got my husband killed.
Hmm.
So, have you thought about what you're actually doing?
On a personal level, or on the level of this in particular?
On a level of, have you thought about what you're doing?
Me personally, not really. This is all just a lead up to another thing I'm needing help with.
And what might that be?
Oh, killing a Fey Queen. Or at least convincing her to be on my side.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry, did I stutter?
You what? You intend to... I'm sorry! What?
Well,
What in
she's
the
not a real reasonable person, okay? I've tried talking to her, she's real like, oh, you gotta prove yourself, but won't tell me like how exactly she wants me to do that. And that's just, ugh, big ol' headache.
She tilts her head, looking absolutely baffled. You intend to kill a Fey Queen?
Well, like, if I can't, like, convince her to, like, do this one thing for me.
What exactly do you want her to do?
Well, have Bigglesby not kill me. For one.
Oh, yes, well, that explains everything.
I'm glad. Now I don't have to explain the whole rigmarole. Like, it's been a tough couple months. Real complicated.
I... You... I... Um... You know what? I'm just going to leave it at that.
Mm.
Well then. All right. Are there any other questions? Because
Not from
if you want to actually slay the Leviathan and Amanita, the best bet is to find holy artifacts capable of negating their infernal powers. Then it would be a matter of actually tracking them down and using said artifacts upon them.
Thinking about it, it would. It, I, I feel it would irreparably, whatever, disrupt whatever balance you all have going here. So,
Oh
I'm
no, it would
for.
be wonderful. Trust me.
But, but
She just wanted us to think it through for ourselves before just giving us the information.
She gives you a wink.
we need to talk to the Queen before we come to a final conclusion of this.
But we literally just got the info. We need holy artifacts, and then it's just a matter of hitting them with the artifacts. Thank you.
Yes, but where are you going to find the artifacts? That is the question.
So will the Queen know?
No.
So there's no use for us to talk to the Queen then. Very well. So,
Not unless you're
I-
planning on trying to add her to your harem.
oh no, I don't want to incur the wrath of Poseidon. All right.
Actually, we may already have something.
How many artifacts are we talking here?
I'm glad you've already caught on. She smiles as she leads the party over to a large tapestry woven from kelp. 1,000 or so years ago, a mighty warrior traveled these seas. He bore with him the, the regents of a coatl, ancient equipment and armor made from the scales and feathers of the great angelic serpents. If you could manage to find all of them, which have been, of course, scattered all across this land, I'm rather certain you could use them to slay the Leviathan.
Sounds. I wouldn't say.
Okay.
Of course, alternatively, if you had some great evil at your disposal, you could probably just browbeat the beast into serving you. But,
Okay.
hey, none of you are evil, right?
So sounds like we'll have to talk to the captain whether he wants to postpone our quest for the pieces of eight so we can kill this thing, or if we should, just use the power of the gods to fucking destroy it.
And isn't that always the question?
Well, the question is, how much am I willing to put up with today?
Not fucking this.
You're damn right. Where's the nearest bar?
Oh, Saltmarsh is a dry kingdom.
Okay. I'm going to double down on my sentiment then. Not fucking this. And yes, I appreciate the irony of your underwater kingdom being dry.
Thank you.
Well, if there's nothing else, I'll go peruse your, whatever you guys sell here.
Oh, yes.
Well, I hope you have a good time with that.
eyebrow raise?
She just smiles at you warmly.
What? I mean, I am imagining you have some sort of mermaid sword or whatever I could use.
She just continues smiling at you, not saying anything, but like not.
Damn
You,
it.
you get the feeling you're not going to be doing much shopping here.
She's ran out of dialogue. All right.
Oh no.
Okay.
So if we quick save, punch her, then quick load, she'll have all her gold back, so we can just sell to her infinitely.
We're gonna do the duplicate trick.
Mm-hmm. Um.
Dungeons and
Well.
Dragons is clearly a very balanced game.
Yeah.
We duplicate all the kelp and sell it back.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay. Well, Hellica is going to turn and wait. No, she gives a courtesy. Then turns and then swims out. Back out into the halls. Are there any like signs that tell you where the destination of the thing and where the shops are? Because Hellica can read aquatic and speak it.
As you swim out, you find only the merfolk warriors waiting for you, and they immediately decide, like as you exit, they are immediately on you, and they simply tell you, "The queen wishes to speak with you. Please come with us."
Oh, that was
Hmm.
quick. Okay, let's go see the queenie.
They look like they want to yell at you for daring to call her Queenie, but say nothing.
What an odd mannerism.
This is a surface dweller thing.
What do they call them here? Are they not queenies?
I don't know. I mean, I know to speak interpreter language, but I don't know the localisms and slang.
If they don't call them queenies, do they not call their wives weenies?
Yes.
Garath is just shaking his head at this point.
Ikarath,
Just face palming.
as you are walking away, Ikarath,
Uh-huh.
you would feel a shadow behind you as it slowly emerges. Like no one else can see this, but you feel the serpentine shadow emerge from behind you, whispering in your ear. You know what I wish of you, yes.
I do remember, yes.
Do that, and I will give you the power to control the Leviathan. And with it out of the picture, you can kill the Siren. Take control of the beast for yourself.
So that's what you meant. Huh.
Yeah.
It was over. Can't remember the volcano island, but you would say that name. That place, right?
Yes.
Understood.
Good. I'm glad we have an understanding still.
Good boy.
As the shadow fades away, just as the party is entering the throne room. Vast gold trim decorates the walls and ceiling of this massive chamber. Far above, you can see a swirling school of bioluminescent fish, sending a prismatic cascade of light across the floor. Everything in here seems to be shimmering and shifting with light. 2 thrones sit back to back at the center of this circular room. And as the group enters, the entire center part slowly turns to reveal a merfolk woman garbed in ornate armor, holding a golden trident. As she lifts herself up on it and gently swims down towards the party. Her hair is gold, shining like gold, shimmering in the cascade of light. As she stares at the party, eyes glimmering green, her sharp features seem to study all 5 of you one by one. These are the surface dwellers. I'll be honest, I expected more.
I'm sorry we weren't muchier for you. I tried to be muchier, but it was much less than I wanted.
Hellica does a grand bow. That how they would greet royalty back in the Diamond Deserts. Your gorgeousness. I am utterly awed at your magnificence. Now, yes, we aren't but humble some surface dwellers here in order to get your blessing and knowledge across the seas here of the pirate lords.
Her brow raises through, like, higher and higher throughout your entire introduction. And at the end of it, her head tilts. Do you try to flatter everyone you meet, or just the nobles?
I will be honest, they're all fair game, but I know how to get the proper broom for certain type of folk.
Oh,
But
yes, I'm sure.
now, oh yes, introductions, of course. I'm Hellica of the Diamond Deserts, princess, of course, and I'm bad at introducing everyone else. So if you all wish to give the queen your attention and introduce yourself, she sidesteps.
Shinzo just waves his hand like she's just a normal person and just, hi,
I am
I
Shinzo.
am Shinzo. Yes. I may not look like much, but trust me, I like surprising the enemy with how strong I actually am.
He's a god.
I'm Amo, and you should really rethink your liquor laws.
I agree with that statement.
Chantal bows politely, and you see conch shells weaved into her hair as her dress begins to change color. Is this more suited to this formal gathering?
Are you a witch or a wizard?
Neither.
A sorceress, then.
Not even that.
A
A
druid?
warlock. Close. Not really.
I would certainly hope you're not a warlock.
Eyes widen.
Well, that's exactly what I am. And she stampers around and begins to transform very much like a merfolk in front of her. Her
And
hair turns pale green.
Chantel suddenly has the trident aimed at her as her illusions are shattered.
Oh, you don't like that, do you?
What is your patron?
Oh, great mother Baba Yaga. She's no sea hag, of course.
The queen's eyes narrow, but she does lower her trident. You do not serve the infernals or the abyssals, so I will let you live today.
Serve.
But I will have you
Stern.
know, attempt to bewitch my people, and I will not hold back.
Oh no, I think my wife does that a lot better than me.
She doesn't know what she's talking about. I don't bewitch. I don't, I just, don't do any of that. I'm normal. As normal as you can get.
But either way, I am just curious. How long has your history been with this Leviathan?
We have been performing the ritual to appease the Leviathan for the past 1,500 years.
Hmm, that is quite a while. And you must be familiar with the Sea Princess, yes?
Of course we are.
And having said that, are you aware of where the rest of the pieces might be?
We are aware of 4 of them.
Would you perhaps be able to tell us? We have a sea prince above our vessel.
Yes, I am aware of Goldeneye.
Oh,
The instant I was made aware of him, I recognized the name. And his grandfather, Darthok Goldeneye, was a respectable man. One of the few that the previous generation's rulers actually respected enough to allow him safe passage.
Yes, his son is Sorok is he's quite a fellow, but real stand-up guy. Um, any help you would be able to give us would be quite a boon upon our endeavor.
Oh, yes, and we will do our best to repay.
In however way you need, of course, she says with a big smile.
Of course.
She sits down, still holding the trident lazily in her arm. and does a total gangsta lean on her throne. You and Sir Goldeneye already intend to slay the Leviathan.
Well,
So,
after talking with the one in the library, I kind of am rethinking everything a little bit.
But yes, we fully intend to. We're just wanting all the help we can get with it.
Yes, your
You know,
chronicler was beating around the bush a little bit. But she gave us what we needed.
she tends to do that.
Right.
There are 4 kingdoms beneath the waves of the domain. Selumar, our kingdom, and ostensibly also the kingdom of the Sea Elves, though there aren't many of them left. The kingdom of the Tritons, the ex-kingdom of the Sea Elves, known now only as Ildrazthoth, and the kingdom of the Sahuagin, which is currently in uproar after their baron was slain a few months ago.
oh, he was actually a baron? I thought it was just a title he gave himself.
Couldn't imagine who would have done that.
She gives the 5 of you a look that says, I know damn well you did it. You have struck a powerful blow against our enemies, and have already made your intentions clear that you intend to strike down another enemy. If giving you the information we have on the pieces of 8 will help you in doing this, then so be it.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Could we also get info on the coadal artifacts that might be kicking around somewhere?
We don't know about them.
Cool.
But you're adventurers. I'd imagine they would find their way to you eventually.
Hmm. Well, I don't know what else we could possibly get and learn. I mean, you seem to.
Let's
One
learn what they know about it first.
one of the pieces, the wood, is currently hidden on Tulplan Island.
Oh, we've taken care of that.
Then you have slain the mistress. Good.
Yes.
The, oh, yes, yes. The mistress. I was thinking about the other one.
The second, the sky, is on Dalamesa. We know it is there because we know it was taken there. Hidden somewhere deep within something called the Golden Pillar. The other 2 are the Crest and the Wave. They are held on Vultus and Frostbay, held by rival ancient spirits, who are using them to power their campaign against each other.
Hmm.
Let's
Okay.
see.
Hmm.
That is very useful.
Correct.
And pretty much already, I would assume that they already got this guy. Oh, sorry. The mumbling about plans and such.
I presume your captain is already holding another one.
I presume all you like.
There's one we're after, who's also, what was that one called that we're chasing after that waylaid us?
They were Captain
Azura.
Asra.
Azra, that was their name.
Do you know anything about them?
They made port on Dalamesa about 2 days ago. I don't know where they are now. We don't keep track of the surface.
Okay. They may have already seizing upon the other piece as we speak.
Yeah. I'd assume they have it, and we should go after the two way down south.
Right. Well, is there anything you'd like to ask us, Queen? We didn't catch her name, actually.
And you won't.
Uh, not even for these. She does cat eyes.
The queen regards you icily.
Miss Hellica,
Darn it.
you understand that Miss Chantel is deeply involved with some very powerful Fae-like entities who have power when it comes to names.
Right. That is a thing. Just hoping that I was just hoping that I'd get the favor of the queen. But can't win them all. This isn't a gotcha. So,
I mean,
shall
she
we
is married.
marry?
I mean, fair enough. I can't really argue with you there. If everyone's, consenting adults and all that. But also, we can probably just ask the guards or somebody. There's like a whole city of people who probably know her name.
Oh no, I won't go in. I just thought it'd be because formalities and all. I mean, you have my name, but it's just small little kitty stuff. I'm not a kitten anymore. So, right. No questions from your Royal Highness.
I already know everything I want to know, thanks to the High Chronicler.
Hmm. I thought that merfolk were warm. I mean, you seem to reject my advances. But
She then flips Hellica off, revealing a gem-encrusted golden ring on her finger.
right, must be a good guy. Um, well, I shall take my leave before I am held within your prison and forced to not have gills anymore. I like these. Oh, before we leave, can I have these gills, please?
No.
Shinzo would then swim up. I'm keeping mine. You are not taking them.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
She just smiles at Shinzo. Have a way.
What?
Good.
What? But
She then leans forward. You can't keep my fins because you tried to seduce me.
me? I didn't try to. Me? No, I didn't try to seduce you. I was just saying, this is how I talk. That's how surface dwellers talk.
So, Queen Anonymous, we are from Saltmarsh, as I'm sure you're aware, so we are trying to set up any sort of trade networks we can. If there's anybody here who might be agreeable to that, it'd be much appreciated if we could be introduced.
I
Or
will
at least 20.
send my envoys to Saltmarsh to clear up trade routes after the Leviathan is slain.
That's completely reasonable.
Now then, was there anything else?
Let's see. Tried to
Hmm.
seduce you. Got the info we wanted. We got the agreements done.
I love how have Shun seduce character is just on the to-do list for every new place y'all visit.
Yes. It's vital.
I was gonna say, I mean, most of the time it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
Well,
shame it didn't work this time. And Chantel just gives Hellica a kiss on the cheek. Oh wells.
don't, don't. I'll live. I'll live. So I guess we'll be going
Zephyriel
back.
Zephyriel is behind Hellica, kind of looks up at her. How are you going to live if you're already dead?
I'll get back to you on that. Wait. No. You're doing the mermaid mind Jedi trick. Um, that's the backwards. So how can I live? But I'm unliving, so I'm living, but with the
You're undead, not unliving. At this point, we have to get into philosophy of what does it mean to live.
blinks rapidly.
Look, I got some special honey back in Saltmarsh. We'll talk about it over that, okay?
Okay. Well, if you're not going to relinquish your kiss to me, then I shall take my leave. And we'll go find the pieces and have this Leviathan back for you to make sushi, and you'll feed your kingdom for 1,000 generations.
The queen raises a brow but nods.
Wait, you're what?
No, she's saying like you can go.
You just gonna let me go?
Hellica. Darling, dear Hellica. Just let it go.
I thought
Just,
reverse
just, let,
psychology would
just,
work.
just let it go. Just let it go.
Let
You
it
have Miss
go.
Chantel. That's all you
Let
need.
it go.
Let's just go back to the ship where we can drink alcohol, okay?
All right. Well, tatty bye, dear lovely mermaid queen, that I will dream about perhaps. Okay.
You dream about me, I'll fuck you up.
That's true though.
I have one more thing. Before we go, what is your most finest instrument here? When I was younger, my great mother would tell me lots of stories of the sea. And I've always heard that your shells had actually procured music inside them. It was very fascinating to me. I would like to own one. And of course, an instrument of sorts. Music along the way makes me feel a bit more lighter.
She raises a brow at this, but a faint smile plays across her lips. She snaps her fingers as a couple of her servants come up. She whispers something in their ears, and they swim off. A moment later, they return, holding a large conch shell, which they gently hand to her.
Hmm. Chantal places the shell to her ear.
You can hear a very faint sequence of tones playing from the shell.
She smiles as she closes her eyes for a brief moment. Excellent. And would I need to pay?
No. Take it with you.
Why does everybody get freebies?
Come on, couldn't there be something for my darling wife?
Hellica crosses her arms. Not leaving till I get something.
The queen just kind of chuckles at that. Fine, take the fins.
No. I want a kiss.
Very well. I shall have one of the most beautiful merfolk in my kingdom give you a
No,
kiss.
no. I don't want a pleb kiss. I don't want a normie kiss. Give me the one that you have.
She
Okay.
smiles, swimming up close to you. Very well. Close your eyes.
Closes her eyes tight.
You feel her lips meeting. Hellica would feel her lips meeting her own.
Hellica goes pale. Okay, we can go now. Fine.
So what the rest of you saw was the queen suddenly conjuring a pufferfish.
You. You see, because I was gonna.
No.
Shinzo, you are forbidden from ever telling her.
Fuck.
Also, you need to hold me to that, because I'm probably going to spoil the surprise at some point.
No, I was gonna say.
Will do my best.
Damn it. Okay. You
What
got
do you
me.
mean? You got your kiss.
Yes, I got my kiss. Yay, let's go. We all got something except for Shinzo. Wait, no, Shinzo got the fins. Ikarath, would you get something for Icky?
Icky?
Yes.
Does Icky want anything?
Ikarath is literally just gonna like stare at Hellica for a second when she calls him Icky. Just be like, if it was anyone else.
she shrugs. It's all like, just wax. You just gotta get it.
He's gonna look back. He's gonna look back at the queen and just say, "I am okay, Your Highness. Thank you."
Well, he's not okay. He said no pickles. Okay. Well, if he's okay, then we shall all get back to the ship now.
Oh my god, that was great. Party is returned to the ship by guards who look fairly annoyed. You would all reboard the ship. Zephyriel, being carried back to her tub. As now the party must decide where to go next. Without the captain here.
Okay. I'll leave it to Amo.
I actually might have to end this episode early just because we kind of need Sorok to decide which piece to go after first.
Yeah, because I was going to say, fuck Dalamesa, they probably have that. Let's go down to the other islands. And definitely not because I'm metagaming for, our Snake Boy to get whatever he needs for his patron or whatever.
Well, technically, we already have the thing that they're telling me, but
Really?
if I remember correctly, it's the mantle that we have.
Wasn't there more parts to it though?
Yeah, there's like. Actually, let me check the book.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was just the mantle was what they had told me initially.
Oh no! There's a lot.
It's all the people.
There's a lot to them, and I have to find them. Where the fuck is the Griffin saddlebag? There it is.
Oh, it's all good. I misunderstood that.
I'm doing research. Shut up.
Okay. Shinzo, cut this out.
Don't tell me how to do.
No, Shinzo, leave this in.
Okay, see, he kind of does tell me how to do my job, so.
As a matter of fact, Shinzo, make a rap out of this.
Son of a bitch! You might not get that. I'm just saying, you might not. I will try.
Oh,
Can
yes.
interpret that differently. Just put a clear JPEG of a rap, and there you go.
Yeah. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be like a rap song. It's just gonna be a subway rap. There are 7 parts of the Coatl's heraldry. You have the cloak, the mantle, which gives you resistance to poison and disease. Aren't Yanti already immune to poison and disease?
Yep.
Yeah, but Yanti. Those are the bad snacks.
Immune to poison and poison damage. God fucking damn it.
Very useful for me.
Uh-huh. Well, if you manage to get 3 of them, it lets you fly. So, there's that. But yeah, I do declare we are going to have to end this one here, because the next session is actually going to be the big one, as y'all decide whether you go to Dalamesa or to Vultus and Frost Bay, at which point there's going to be a lot of role-playing, possibly a dungeon, depending on where you go, which means I'll have to prepare 2 dungeons. Maybe, no, I'm going to have to prepare 3 dungeons. You motherfuckers.
Sheesh.
I was expecting you to go to Dalamesa, but no, Emo wants to be a little shit.
Well, I'm sorry. We can definitely still go to Dalamesa. In fact, Solrock's probably going to want to do that, just so we can clash with the other captain.
Good. I hope so.
And, I swear to God, Hawk, if one of them has that fucking shield, I'm going to be so mad, but also really happy.
What shield?
Look at my armor in the Griffin's saddlebag. You'll know what shield I'm talking about.
What is your armor called?
Let me look at my character sheet, because I gave it the proper name. It's the, Yellow Harbinger's Path. Has a nifty little curse on it that I'm like 90% sure you forgot about, even though you probably intentionally intended to use it for something.
Shit, it's not in this book. Okay. Fuck. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and call it here. Just let me open up my thing. Ah, no, wrong button. Alright. So, I would like to thank each and every one of you for watching tonight. This has been a smaller episode, but had some good lore dumps, good preparations for everything, and I hope y'all enjoyed watching me do map work on Incarnate. Incarnate is a free service online that lets you make really good D&D maps, either for large countries or for like single battle maps. It also has a subscription model which allows you to create maps in 4K, which is just fucking awesome for big ones like this. Also, a very special thank you to Comedy of Terrors, which we are doing a promotional swap with for the month of September. You can go and give them a shout out at COTDND, and yeah, go check them out at cotdnd.com. D&D comedy in an hour ish. Shout out to Shun and Bean for doing all the awesome character art. Shout out to Shinzo for being our editor. I'm sorry for everything I'm going to make you do. If you liked what you saw, you can support us on Patreon. Y'all know that deal. Special thanks to our current patrons, Sarah Boozer and Sam. If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. It's what we do. And I believe that's it. So as our end of episode question, Shun.
I knew it would come down to this.
Does Hellica like the taste of fish?
Yeah, she's a gay fish.